In this video we're going to tie a extended body midge pattern. First thing I'm going to do is start off with a Json Sweden short shank extended body hook. This is the best little hook for tying extended bodies on. You can see it's really short, but it still has that nice wide gap. So I'm just going to start my thread and I'm going to take it right back to the bend of the hook. And I'm going to take some uni big fly thread. I'm going to tie that in right at the back. Then I'm going to double it over to the length of the extended body that I want. I want it to be about twice the length of the shank of the hook. Then I'm just going to take this thread and I'm just going to twist it in my fingers. Kind of have to get it going. I want to twist it really as tight as I can. So I'll just keep twisting it and I'll kind of work it back with my fingers. There we go. Once I get it twisted, I can capture it with my thread and then wrap forward, lock it down nice and tight. And at this point, if you want to head cement the extended body, you can, but it's twisted and it's quite durable even just as it is, so you don't necessarily need to. But if you want to make it more durable, you can head cement it. Then you can trim out your extended body thread. And I'm going to take my thread back to the back again. And you can tie this fly with or without a wing. I've had good success with the flies tied with wings, and it also makes it easier for me to see. So I just tie in a short wing about the length of that really short shank. And I just use a little CDC oiler puff. Has nice blunt, even tips on it, so it's easy for me to get those tips nice and even. Then I'm going to take my thread forward to about the middle portion of the body, and we're going to tie in some legs. And for this I'm going to use sparkle emerger yarn. It's very similar to Zlon. You can also use other materials too, but I like the sparkle emerger yarn. It has kind of just the right amount of crinkle to it. And I'm just going to take a few strands, about 8, 9, 10 or so. I'm going to tie this in right in the middle of the body. I just need to build up a little bit of a even thread base here. There we go. Just lay it right on top of the hook. I'm just going to tie this in in a V kind of shape so that the legs will stick off each side of the fly. Here we go. Once I get those tied in, I can just do a few wraps right back on the hook shank to secure it. I'm going to take my thread all the way to the back. Now we just need to build up the body material. For that you can use any type of black dubbing. I like my little small midges to be just a little bit flashy. It helps get the fish's attention and also kind of matches the iridescent natural look of the actual bug. So I'm going to use some black peacock ice dubbing. You can also use superfine dubbings or hairline dubbing, just whatever simple black dubbing does the trick. And this ice dubbing is quite coarse, so you can use dubbing wax or your saliva to very tightly dub this material onto the thread. You don't want it very loose on there, you want it nice and tight. And as you wrap this dubbing on the shank, you want to be careful not to catch any of your legs or trap them. You want to build up a nice slender little body or thorax. If you have a few little strays or stragglers, you can trim those out of there. Like I said, it's quite coarse dubbing, so sometimes you do get these little extra pieces. but it's not the end of the world if you get a few. You can just trim them right out of there. And then once you get to the head of the fly, you can whip finish. Black thread should just blend right into your ice dubbing. And before you're done, you can trim the legs. I like to trim the legs both at the same time, and you can do that just by pulling them together, drawing them up or down. And I like to trim them about the length of the wing. And then you'll want to kind of rough them up with your fingers a little bit. And this kind of gives it that scraggly, kind of buggy little look, just like so. And that is a deadly little midge pattern out here in the west on our trout rivers, especially on our tailwaters. Get a lot of midges out here. This is a fly you can fish all year long, and you can tie it in a lot of different sizes. This is a fairly large one. It's a size 18. You can tie it in 20s, 22s, in those small sizes. That is the extended body midge. You can find all the materials to tie this fly on our website, intheriffle.com.